Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really visceral, frankly disgusting experience that way too many homeowners face. Picture this, right? You wake up, you shuffle into your bathroom or kitchen to start your day, you turn on the tap expecting crisp, clean water, and bam. Instead, you're immediately slapped in the face by this foul, overpowering stench that just completely ruins the moment. It's jarring, it's gross, and man, it instantly makes you question the safety and cleanliness of your entire home. So today, we're going to investigate the culprits behind this stench. We'll be using some great insights from Pioneer Water Treatment to break down exactly what is happening in your pipes. All right, let's dive right into this.
Part 1, The Rotten Egg Mystery, where we start investigating that awful stench.
So, why does my water smell like rotten eggs? Well, according to the team of Pioneer Water Treatment, this is actually one of the absolute most common questions they get from frustrated homeowners. If you're currently dealing with this, or maybe you have in the past, trust me, you are certainly not alone. It's this highly specific, universally recognized bad smell, and honestly, it demands an answer. So we're officially opening our little whodunit investigation right now. We're going to round up the usual suspects to figure out exactly where this smell is coming from, and more importantly, how to banish it for good.
Let's look at culprit 1, the biological suspect.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the actual science behind the stench. We're talking about microscopic sulfur bacteria that might be lurking completely unseen in your private well or deep down within your home's plumbing system. These little guys thrive in dark, oxygen-deprived environments. But here's the crazy part. The bacteria themselves aren't actually what you're smelling. Nope. As they consume organic matter and naturally occurring sulfur in the water, they produce a byproduct. They're essentially manufacturing a specific chemical compound right inside your pipes called hydrogen sulfide gas. That gas gets trapped in the water, so when you turn on your faucet and the pressure drops, whoosh, that hydrogen sulfide gas is instantly released into the air. And that is what hits your nose with that unmistakable, overpowering rotten egg odor.
Moving on to culprit 2, the appliance accomplice. Okay, so if the biology in your well isn't to blame, we have to shift our focus away from the primary water source and look a little closer to home. Sometimes an everyday household appliance is actually the source of the terrible odor. It turns out your own equipment could be betraying you. So here's a brilliant, super simple diagnostic test, a little A/B test you can run right now. Go to your sink and turn on only the cold water. Let it run for a minute. Does it smell fine? Okay, great. Now turn off the cold and turn on just the hot water. Does the room suddenly smell terrible? If that rotten egg smell only happens when you run the hot water, that isolates the issue perfectly. It tells us that your water heater is likely the problem. See, the heated environment inside that tank can act as this perfect little incubator for those sulfur bacteria. Or alternatively, the hot water can chemically react with the magnesium anode rod inside the heater to produce that exact same hydrogen sulfide gas.
And that brings us to culprit 3, the environmental factor.
If it's not a bacterial infestation in your pipes and your water heater passes that diagnostic test with flying colors, well, our investigation moves completely outside the house to the actual ground beneath it. And this brilliantly illustrates how geography plays a massive role in our mystery. For instance, if you live in Grand Rapids, Holland, or Muskegon, you might be dealing with something hyper-local. In these specific areas, that sulfur smell is especially common in homes that rely on private wells. So your home's exact coordinates on a map could literally be the very reason you're dealing with this stench every single morning.
To build on that localized geography, the reason your specific location matters so much really comes down to what's happening deep, deep underground. We're talking about naturally occurring sulfur in West Michigan groundwater. Think about it. Before your well pump ever kicks on, before the water even crosses your property line, it's traveling through the earth. As rainwater filters down through the local soil, the sand, the bedrock, it dissolves minerals along the way. If that water happens to pass through rich veins of natural sulfur deposits in the earth, it simply picks up those compounds. The subterranean environment itself is naturally infusing the water with these minerals. That means the water is already carrying that potential stench long before it ever hits your plumbing.
All right, part 3, solving your water woes and finally cracking the case.
So now that we know our 3 main suspects, sulfur bacteria, a reactive water heater, and naturally occurring environmental sulfur, we can finally move into the solution phase. I want to assure you the investigation is over, and there is a tremendous amount of emotional relief to be had here. The really good news? It's a remarkably common issue, and more importantly, it is highly treatable. You absolutely do not have to live with smelly water forever. I know when your whole house smells like toxic sulfur, it can feel like this permanent, completely unfixable nightmare.
But as the professionals at Pioneer Water Treatment make clear, this is a puzzle they see, diagnose, and fix all the time.
Let's map out exactly how this builds a clear path back to clean water. Restoring your home really comes down to a straightforward 3-step process: test, diagnose, and treat. First up, professionals absolutely must test the water. This is crucial because, as we've just learned, treating bacteria requires a completely different approach than fixing a water heater or filtering out deep well groundwater sulfur. If you don't test, you're really just guessing. Second, they diagnose the exact culprit from our suspect list based directly on those test results. And finally, they treat the problem by implementing the precise filtration system or making the mechanical adjustment needed. It is the satisfying conclusion to our mystery, permanently restoring clean, fresh-smelling water to your taps.
We've successfully solved the rotten egg mystery today. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative thought to chew on. What else might be hiding unseen in your untreated tap water? Seriously, if something as distinct and overpowering as hydrogen sulfide gas can just quietly make its way into your morning routine without you knowing how it got there, it really challenges us to consider the overall, invisible quality of the water we drink, cook with, and bathe in every single day. It's a powerful reminder that seeking professional water testing isn't just about fixing a bad smell. It's about knowing exactly what is in your water and ensuring total peace of mind for your home. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep asking questions about the world around you.